The seed for the incredible Marvel vs. Capcom series was planted way back in the day when X-Men, Children of the Atom hit arcades around the world. But can the strongest woman in the Capcom world stand up to one of the X-Mansion's leading ladies? Well, answer incoming. Greetings all, my name is Kontrol. I'm a veteran gamer with a knack for drawing. You're watching the latest in a series of gaming pinup videos, so if you enjoy the show, think about hitting the like button on your way out and subscribe for more. Subscribers and regular visitors to this channel already know this video is part 3 in our Marvel vs. Capcom series. The problem I've recently been made aware of, there are a few people out there that aren't subscribers and don't regularly visit the channel. How many people are not fans of the channel, Mello?
Oh, okay. At last count, all of planet Earth.
All. Okay, so we have a ways to go, but in the meantime, we can avoid confusing the model citizen currently watching this video by recommending the first 2 parts in this series. So, you do right by yourself and watch Ryu vs. Wolverine and Ken vs. Spider-Man.
Do it.
Not necessarily in that order. And hey, why stop there? You like video series, right?
We have no evidence of that.
Maybe try out our 3-part series on Bungie's Destiny. Warlock, Titan, then Hunter.
That should take you about 30 minutes. You can watch the videos while the game boots up.
The Pokemon games got 2 consecutive videos on this channel.
We made it double.
Or check out our incredible 2-part Kingdom Hearts series, starring Keyblade Master Aqua and Sora.
I still think you should have drawn Princess Jasmine.
I told you she doesn't like you that way.
I think the restraining order was an overreaction.
I guess when you get right down to it, what I'm really saying is you need to watch everything that ever appears on Kontrol Incorporated, from beginning to end, several times, preferably on multiple devices. Now, some people might say that all I've done here is take time and attention away from this video's subject to shamelessly promote the channel. So, Chun-Li versus Rogue. When I decided this would be the next matchup, the question occurred to me. Just how well known are either of these characters? They've both been around for roughly the same amount of time. They're both very popular within their respective universes. But would the average person be able to identify either from their art? I think no, even though they've both been portrayed in live-action movies. Although I hesitate to say that about the movie's version of Rogue, who bears almost zero resemblance to the X-Men's comic character. At least Chun-Li has been semi-faithfully portrayed, even in the famously terrible Van Damme movie. And Chun-Li's character is the easier one for normal civilians to understand. Like most fighting game heroes, her bio is pretty straightforward. Here it is verbatim from the Street Fighter Wiki. Chun-Li is the main female protagonist of the Street Fighter series, originally debuting in Street Fighter II, the first female fighter in the series. She is an expert martial artist and an Interpol officer who relentlessly seeks revenge for the death of her father at the hands of M. Bison.
Oh, come on, Chun-Li. Whose father hasn't been killed by M. Bison?
He's killing my mom and dad right now.
M. Bison's gonna M. Bison. You gotta deal with it, am I right?
Now, Chun-Li is the first female fighter in the Street Fighter series, but it's an actual toss-up in the popularity contest between her and Cammy, the second girl added to the mix in Super Street Fighter 2. Of course, Cammy's been drawn on the channel already. Ain't that right, Mello?
Let me check. Oh, I can see it now. You're drawing Cammy.
That's right. It was taking forever, so I ticked up my hand speed setting. Should be done in about 1.5 minutes now.
Yes, Cammy is the star of our trailer.
Now, while Chun-Li has gotten the live-action movie treatment more than once, her most iconic moment might be in the very first Street Fighter II anime, when she's attacked by the henchman Vega moments after stepping out of the shower. A surprisingly brutal scene that's nicely animated and skillfully incorporates every move in Chun-Li's book. A cool scene in an anime I otherwise found pretty dull.
Like pretty much everything else, you can find it on YouTube.
Now, Rogue, as she appears in the Capcom fighting games, is based on the extremely successful 90s X-Men cartoon show, which is fortunate as that is the definitive version of Rogue and the one best remembered by fans of the Chris Claremont Jim Lee era of the comic book series. Her look, personality, and powers from this time frame are how we're going to calculate her chances against the mighty Chun-Li.
I don't see what her look and personality have to do with it.
Rogue is a mutant with the ability to absorb the memories and superpowers of anyone she has skin-to-skin contact with.
Hey, wait, whoa. So if she grabbed your hand, she'd be able to draw and make jokes no one under 40 gets?
No, those aren't superpowers, Mello. And my jokes have received universal
So
acclaim.
you're saying she was born with a mutant power that requires other superheroes to exist to work?
That is what I'm saying. Look, don't ask me to explain how Chris Claremont's mind works. He creates awkward and nonsensical abilities that are also weirdly specific. What's important is she was well drawn, had a southern accent, and flashy hair. Many a popular character have ended up on t-shirts and lunchboxes for way less.
Wait, so Rogue must have a pretty wide selection of stolen power she can kick butt with, I guess.
Well, no.
She can be any X-Man she needs to be at any time. How cool is that?
Well, when she steals your powers, it doesn't last for very long.
There's always a catch.
And remember, she takes their memories too, so it's not like the other X-Men will be lining up to shake hands.
Yeah, but wait, doesn't she fly and toss around cement trucks and stuff like that without touching anyone?
Yes, there was one very important instance where the power grab was permanent. Fortunately for Rogue, her victim was Carol Danvers, aka Ms. Marvel at the time, and now best known as the incredibly boring Captain Marvel.
I thought Rogue was a good guy.
Rogue is the adopted daughter of Mystique of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, making her a villain by default, until Professor X recruits her to the good guys.
Was that the short version of a really long, convoluted story?
Oh, convoluted like you wouldn't believe. The important thing for our purposes is that Rogue ended up with Ms. Marvel's powers permanently. Well, most of them. Rogue does not have photon blasts that I know of.
Well, just how powerful was this Ms. Marvel?
Ms. Marvel is Thor/Hulk tier. With the power of flight, superhuman resistance to injury, I don't think Rogue could actually survive in the vacuum of space like Ms. Marvel, but that would just be overkill anyway. The point is, there are only a handful of people in even the Marvel universe capable of physically overpowering Rogue. So, Chun-Li is no threat whatsoever. None of the Capcom fighters are, to be honest. For a visual aid, our crew has put together this 16-bit dramatization of how a Rogue versus Chun-Li fight would go.
Seemed one-sided.
Just imagine more blood.
Okay, why set up such a mismatch and ask who would win, Kontrol?
Well, we used who would win on the other two videos, so there's a formula to stick to now. And I don't know, I felt like drawing Rogue and Chun-Li. Sue me.
I am suing you. We've been in litigation for months.
Could you have another look at my settlement offer? I'm sure we can...
Ah! Chicken feed.
Okay, for this pinup, we're going with young Chun-Li in her Street Fighter Alpha athletic gear. And Rogue in the stripped-down version of her most popular costume as it appeared on the cartoon. All versions of Rogue have her wearing gloves to protect people from her scary touch. Although, personally, I prefer a touch to a punch. Anyway, that should just about do it for this video and this series. If you've watched up until this point, you have my sincere thanks and admiration. If you've watched the entire series, look for your name in my will. It shall be taken as a given that you click the like button every time. Kudos.